Okay, here we go. The weekly astrology for November 3rd through 9th. This is a week that may never seem to end. Breaking chains is not something that happens all at once. To get the shackles off, one must often break one chain at a time until the stability of those in power unravels and they have nothing left to grab to drag us down. This is not the end of a chapter. It is the beginning of a new book. There is a new life on the other side of this reality, and just like the floods in Spain and Asheville, North Carolina, we are going to have to rebuild the infrastructure so that such things can never happen ever again. And such a rudimentary rebuild takes time, focus, skill, and determination. Everyone has been feeling the intense internal and external conflicts of the Mars opposition Pluto for weeks. But on November 4th, Mars goes into Leo, and the fire energy of transformation that is needed to burn through all this dysfunction is going to escalate. Within each soul is a fire that intends to burn brightly and come out from the ashes in a powerful force of change that will be incontrovertible. Not only will it change our world, but it will intrinsically change us as well. November 3rd, Mars opposition Pluto continues, and the moon will go into Sagittarius. This powerful opposition that has been disturbing our emotions and impacting our dreams is the energy that is warning of the mass shift in consciousness that will be happening on the 19th of November as Pluto goes into Aquarius for the next 19 years. I find it interesting that it begins on the 19th, the number 10, and it will go for 19 years, also number 10. Numerologically, there is a new reign of power coming into the forefront, and it plans on bringing with it all the massive changes, responsibility, and accountability that has been held back for many decades. This Pluto opposition to Mars are the forces necessary to wrench the power from those that have proven themselves unworthy to use it wisely or for the good of the people. Pluto is the karma that will always come back around. Mars is the energy that is willing to fight for what is right. But when these two get going, what happens is the forces of darkness that believe that they can bully people through fear and intimidation will suddenly realize that they now have a ragingly pissed off female giant that has awoken and is now going to clean house. Today, this energy has been building up to this moment, and it will become a powerful wave of change that will last through April of 2025. But today, it is in full force, and absolutely nothing will hold back this tide of change that is so desperately necessary. Mars, the god of war, intends to move from a place to defend those that need protection. Inside each of us is this powerful force of change. We've been feeling it rising up, and it intends to reclaim what always was rightfully ours. The combination of these two bad boys of the zodiac cannot and will not be stopped. Old patterns will break under the pressure, and the fires that spread will transmute the negativity into a refreshing new beginning. But emotions are wildly unpredictable today. Mars is a part of our impulsive nature that demands change in the world right now. Pluto is the planet that holds the keys to our deepest unconscious knowing and desires. Clearly, the pot is being stirred, and as these two elements merge, the pot is going to boil over for a time. Know that is necessary for certain souls to show their true colors. Some cannot see the hate they hold inside until they see the consequences of their actions and the troubles that they bring to themselves and others. November 4th, Mars enters Leo. On this day, we add even more fire to this very emotional, watery energy that has been captivating our psyche. The eyes of the world are upon us, and oddly enough, Mars will be here until January 6th, when the Senate will ratify the choice for the president and the election. I find that more than interesting. I also know that games are going to go on behind the scenes, and certain loyalists to not validate the choice of the people. I can see that chart of a certain Senate leader that is going to be behind trying one more trick to delay ratification. The people may have to decide to go to the streets and protest and force what has been decided by the people. The passion of the people is going to be unprecedented, and there will be a powerful external forces that will demand to be heard. Because there is a retrograde in Mars in December, it is possible that the steps are retraced and that another January 6th fiasco could be avoided, perhaps with fresh eyes and a more clear perspective. But that will be enough be enough to change the minds of those that intend to try to manipulate the power once again. November 5th, the moon goes into Capricorn. All of the energies apply above, but the moon in Capricorn makes this day feel serious, heavy, and intense. As Pluto continues to inch out of Capricorn, it adds to the karmic energy that is and feels so very consequential. Capricorn is a cold, bitter sign, and many are going to feel frozen in fear, waiting for the outcome that we long for, but fear will be thwarted once again. The tone is encouraging, as each awakened soul knows that there are those that hold hate in such high regard that they expect these souls to try to pull anything to disrupt the process and change the outcome because they know the tide is turned against them. This is a day to stay very aware and to gather up your courage. Know that reactions are going to be strong, and there will be those that will childishly want to retaliate in ways that cause harm to those that have the least. We will see the underlying unconscious biases playing out in full force. Our only choice is to take full responsibility for our choices and actions, see the dysfunction in others as a mirror to what is longing to heal in our society, and understand that it is essential that we dispel the illusions that feed such distortion. Expect recounts. Expect delays. That is the method that dark forces will use to try to delay what they know is coming. Just know that goodness cannot be stopped. November 7th, the moon moves into Aquarius. This is a day that will bring more clarity to what this week has unfolded. Emotions continue to run high, and yet we have a chance today to see the possibility emerging out of the smoke and ashes from the fires of hate and distortion. While the battle is not over, we will have a chance to see the battlefield more clearly. There will be moments when some may feel called to be to a more active part of this change, but that choice and direction is not going to be clear right away. Give it some time. There are a lot of adjustments that are going to be needed, and the steps are not yet clear. The ground underneath us is still a bit unstable, yet we can finally look up to a clearing sky and see a sense of hope return. By the end of this week, many will feel reborn, revitalized, and hopeful. There is a lot of work to do, and that work will be hard. Just know that the opposition is still alive and kicking. Do not become overly complacent or content. What lies ahead is a complete and total reworking of many systems that have become a toxic place for truth and integrity. There is a lot that needs repairing, and many souls will be hurting. Such pain is necessary for growth and awakening, but be kind to everyone and know that each soul has been on a battlefield fighting for what they believed, even when some of those beliefs were fabricated by those in power to use good people as a weapon for their own self-interest. Thanks, everyone.